Hey friends, welcome to today's episode. Today is our first episode back in the kitchen in the new year. So glad to be here. I have to start by giving a huge shout out and thank you to all of you that followed along on the European journey. It was so nice because I felt like I had friends along with me, just sharing those experiences. And of course, as you saw, I brought home so many ideas that I'm gonna bring to the world of hosting. So something to look forward to. Today, we're doing one of my favorite dishes, a classic chicken and dumplings. But what I love about this dish is simple ingredients. We're gonna make it in the crock pot. What I love about that is you can do all the heavy lifting long before dinner. So when it gets to dinner time, everything's ready. And just a simple solution for great hosting and delicious, comfortable food for you and your guests. Before we get into today's recipe, I just have to say it was so exciting because over the holidays, in the leg of my trip where I was in Italy, is when I hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So again, another huge thank you to all of you who have subscribed and are following. And that made my trip even more special. So thanks again. It's gonna be amazing 2026. Now, let's make some chicken and dumplings. Okay, as I said, what I love about this recipe is simple ingredients. What we have is 3 full-size, skinless, boneless chicken breasts. We have 2 cans of cream of chicken soup, 10-ounce cans. We have 1 16-ounce can of buttermilk biscuits. We have a cup of sweet peas. We have a cup of sliced carrots, and we have 1 medium onion that's minced. Let's get started. So as I said, you're gonna need 3 skinless, boneless chicken breasts. Now, there's a variety of ways you can cut the chicken for this recipe. I like to do strips. So let's get started by cutting our chicken into strips. Okay, so now that we have our 3 chicken breasts cut into strips, all we're gonna do is layer these ingredients into the crock pot. So I like to start with the chicken. All right, so now that we have our chicken in the crock pot, all we're gonna do is add all of the other ingredients, stir, and let it cook. So the first thing I like to put in is the butter. So we'll start with that. All right, then we'll add our onion, our carrots, our peas. Now we're gonna add our 2 cans, our 2 10-ounce cans of cream of chicken soup. Good, cream of chicken soup. This reminds me of how many great recipes we can base off of cream of chicken soup. I bet you and your family know a lot. I certainly grew up with many. Okay, once we have all the ingredients in, you can add up to 2 cups of water to create the kind of the broth that cooks around the chicken. I usually start with 1 can and stir. My preference is I love a thicker, creamier broth versus like a runnier broth. So I usually start with 1 can, stir it, and kind of see where that gets us. So let's add 1 can of water. So now, once we have all of our ingredients stirred together, we're going to just put the lid on. We're gonna set our slow cooker to a high setting, and we're gonna let it cook for 5 hours. Let's do it. So we are at the 4.5-hour mark on our cooking. And as you can see, everything has kind of reduced a bit. We have that nice creamy sauce around our chicken and our vegetables. Our butter obviously has melted in and flavored. So now at the 4.5 hour mark, this is when we're gonna add the biscuits to be the dumplings. If you need to go longer, that's fine. You just wanna make sure that you give yourself about 30 minutes on the biscuits going into the slow cookers for the dumplings. All right, let's open these biscuits up. Whew, they opened up for us. Love that. Now that we have our biscuits out, what I like to do is I like to cut them in half. That just makes it a little bit smaller dumpling, just so it's just kind of hard to navigate such a big dumpling. So I cut these in half. We're gonna put these in right now. We're at the 4.5 hour mark. We can do it now or 30 minutes before when you're going to serve the dish. Let's add the biscuits to be our dumplings. And you're just gonna layer these in on top of your kind of chicken and broth mixture that's in the slow cooker. Layer those on top. Once we get those in, then I like to take my spoon and just kind of push them down into the liquid, surrounding the biscuit with the kind of the hot mixture that you're cooking in, just helps them to cook a little better. So I just push those down. There we go. The lid goes back on, and in 30 minutes, dinner is ready. Okay, so 30 minutes later, we have these delicious dumplings that are now part of our chicken and dumplings slow cooker. So the only thing left to do is let's have a taste. All right, so get a few of these dumplings off the top right here. Put those in. Makes me wish I was in front of a fireplace. All right, so there we go. Let's have a bite. Get a little bit of chicken, a little bit of dumpling. So yummy. So delicious. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you've enjoyed our little experience with chicken and dumplings. Like I said, the greatest thing about this recipe is simple ingredients. It's in the slow cooker, so you can do everything ahead of time. And when it gets down to dinner time, everything is ready. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you on our next episode.